Aga-do, push pineapple, shake
What
the
are you
tree.
on about now?
Aga-do. Well, on the Carnival Ambassador's Facebook page, John Heald.
John Heald, yes.
Well, talk about rabbit holes. There was a carnival, there was a thread on this Facebook page that went down a rabbit hole with unexpected consequences. Stay tuned and I'll tell you.
I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want.
Hi, we are Rob and Ali, sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel. What's all this about then, Robert?
Well, let's start off by saying, for those of you who don't know, Carnival Cruise Line has, or Carnival Corporation has, an ambassador, John Heald. Now, John Heald runs a page on Facebook where people can write in their comments, their questions, anything they want to ask. And John Heald's pretty good. To be honest with you, he responds to most of them. He's very good at responding. He's very forthright. He will give you a very straightforward...
That's such a politician's way of saying it.
He will give you a straightforward answer.
He keeps it real, does good old John.
He does.
Tells it like it should be.
We like John Heald. There needs to be more John Healds in this world. Anyway, a recent comment on John Heald.
Well, it was a very nice comment that started off, and I was quite interested in the comment. Started off all very innocently. So it said, please can Carnival have an addition to their app that will give the opportunity for single cruisers to meet? So this was the guest asked after explaining her busy life and how time-consuming her busy life has become, that she hasn't been able to sort of date people. So it's not just about single cruise. Well, they do have one for single.
I thought they already did this.
They do. So they kind of have single meets-ups and things. But I think she was kind of being a little bit more, rather than just single people meeting up as friends, they're kind of a dating thing, which... And I always thought that they did them years ago.
So what did John say to that then?
So he answered the same, and he said, years ago we used to have a singles meet and greet, and I remembered it from a while ago. It was a proper icebreaker, he went on to explain, with the entertainment staff there to host it. And over the years, we have, for whatever reason, just let this slip away.
Many cruise lines still do this. I'm pretty sure that I've seen this on some of the itineraries, sort of singles meets. I don't know whether they're hosted. They may very well be unhosted, sort of like just a casual sort of meet-up opportunity. I don't know. So what happened then?
One of the contributors to the Facebook kind of page and the threads, of course... went one better than all this, and it's like, why bother even doing all this? Just put your upside down pineapple on your door, that'll do the trick. Sorted.
I'm not sure whether everybody knows, but we probably need to explain a little bit without getting too graphic, but the upside down pineapple on cruises has become symbolic of people who engage in an alternative lifestyle, shall we say, who like the company of others, without getting too graphic. They like to meet up with other people.
Yes.
And that's the symbol of the upside down pineapple, apparently.
I find the whole phrase alternative lifestyle, I find that really quite a crazy one. But
no, there are actual cruises that cater for alternative lifestyles. There are cruises where people go on these cruises specifically for that lifestyle.
I think it's one of those, you found the if you found the perfect partner, why not share them around? That's basically what it's about.
I tell you what, I found the perfect...
Share the love
I
amongst
found
each
the
other.
perfect partner, and there's no way I'm sharing her around.
No. Thank you.
Anyway, let's get on with the story. Isn't
that sweet? Oh. So old Johnny kind of joined in with this and said, thank you for mentioning that. Those are definitely not allowed on ships
Is this
any
another
longer.
Carnival ban?
And they will be removed from any cabin door, he said.
Interesting.
Thank you for reminding me to mention that. So from this kind of rabbit hole of it going from... And actually, we do think it would be very nice if they did introduce kind of those singles.
A lot of people
meets.
go cruising solo and they do want to meet up with people. Not necessarily for anything sort of romantic or anything, but just to have company on cruises.
Do you know, I don't know why people find it almost either embarrassing or like a bit strange that people want to find romance. I think, as you say, we're lucky enough to have kind of found each other and are very happy together. And I don't think there's anything wrong in that. And I think you do it by whatever means you need to.
A lot of dating apps and agencies and stuff out there.
But
these
what a
days,
nicer way. Gosh, I can't think of anything nicer than to be on a cruise and actually meet somebody on holiday. I mean, it's like a holiday romance.
Holiday romance, isn't it? Yeah.
But you're like the same things, and then you've got ready-made activities to go and join in together, and you don't have to bother about, can I come back to yours or whatever, or
and you
how
don't
you
need
get
to ever
somebody
see
home.
these people again, do you?
No, you get off the ship and you get lovely, bye, thanks very much. I think it's a lovely idea, and I don't think people should be embarrassed. One, about being single, and also about actually saying, I'd like to meet somebody. I think it's nice.
John seems to be saying that these upside down
onto the pineapple thing
are banned. And sort of, I know we see some posts on Facebook where people sort of like move them around, put them on, they're all a bit of a laugh. And so whatever your thoughts are on them, surely Carnival has got some rules around this sort of thing?
Just going back to the pineapple thing, though, we have... Obviously, because we cruise a lot, I'm saying people have come up on our doors and put the pineapples, but it is a real thing. If you think it's a joke, it isn't.
Some people do get very upset about it.
People
I've seen
do
that
get
on
upset.
Facebook groups, yeah.
People come back. People have had people knocking on their doors with a hopeful couple.
And you can understand it if there are
bottle of
children.
wine, 4 glasses.
You can understand
and
if there are children in the cabin.
Well, absolutely. And actually, it does seem to be a lot of the kids or the teenagers have caught on to it, and of course are just moving these pineapples all over the place, and it's become a bit of a laugh and a bit of a nuisance. So I think that's what probably started out again as something as quite discreet, and that the cruise, I mean, it's none of their business really, is it, what you get up to behind closed doors? They probably didn't mind one little bit, and now it has become a nuisance. And I think that's probably, I don't think Carnival are being moralistic about it at all. I think it's just because
protection of the passengers.
It's a pain for people, and the kids are now involved and running up and down the corridors, messing around with property on people's doors. So I think that's
I think it is about protecting passengers. I think you're right. But
however, it does. It's one of those things, isn't it, that when you start to have rules around decorations and things, it's like in work. I don't know whether any of you kind of come across it in work, where we're coming to the festive season at the moment, and you suddenly get a whole host of rules about what Christmas decorations and whether you can put them up at all, and what can be stuck to the walls and what can't, what's going to set the alarms off, what's a fire hazard, and you can feel the joy of this getting sucked out of you, can't you?
I know there are some cruise lines that have actually banned door decorations. But,
so it seems counterproductive, counterintuitive to say that you actually have to have rules around these things. But we went and we did our own little bit of research. And there are bans on things like people put up political things on their doors as well, on the magnets. And you can for one example, is like the Trump election, the election in the US that's just happened. And of course, you've got kind of religious stuff and things. You don't want any of that.
But I think that's the same
people.
with clothing as well. Most cruise lines will have a rule around clothing that you can't have offensive or political or insightful slogans on your clothing. But
talking about rabbit holes, this has just got me down another one.
It certainly has.
Because talking about clothing though and things like that, about being offensive, the last cruise we were on, a young lady had a t-shirt on, and it was a great big giant pink brain on the back of her t-shirt.
If you were going to say it's a pineapple then.
No, it's great big like sloppy pink with all intricate, and then it had nails. What? Great big ugly nails all poked in it, and she was walking around the buffet, the station upstairs, and I was walking around with this plate, and this vision kept walking past in front of me, and I thought, do you know what? That is the most offensive T-shirt. It was the most offensive vision while I was getting food.
It is pretty horrible.
It was pretty disgusting. Anyway, I haven't got any segue to bring this back, but I shall bring it back to rules.
I'll just bring it back then to a question that I asked a couple of minutes ago. Have Carnival got any rules on this?
Yes. Let me tell you the rules, girls and boys.
Please do.
And make sure
Does it say
stick to
no
them.
pineapples?
So, actually, let's read it, and we'll see if you can spot me saying no pineapples, no political stuff, nothing offensive. See if you can spot it. Carnival cruisers are permitted to decorate their cabin doors, but must follow the cruise line's guidelines for safety. For example, all decorations must be fire retardant. Sensible rule. They may only be attached to the door and not to the surrounding walls, and they may not include adhesives that could damage the door's the surface finish. Magnets are a popular option for many cruise travellers and come in a wide variety of themes and fun designs, including birthday, anniversary and other special occasion options. Personalised designs are also very popular. Now, that's it. It's a pretty simple rule, but could you...
And all very sensible as well, but no, nothing about pineapples.
I'm sorry, John. Yeah,
I don't know whether John's right or whether the rules will change. This was a quick video just to bring this update to you. If you've got any thoughts either way about pineapples, please put them in the comments. Let us get a conversation going here, because this is an interesting one. We haven't particularly got any thoughts either way, to be honest with you. We don't engage in that. But
we don't,
but we don't.
We don't dabble in that kind of thing.
But then we don't judge people who do. So it's like,
I just
either way.
Yeah.
If you've liked this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos.
And whatever lifestyle, whether it's alternative or straight and narrow,
you do you.
Be happy.
You do you,
and
happy cruising.
Bye.
Bye for now.